Well, okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome, directors. We got kind of a special night tonight. We have Dan Coverley with the Douglas County Sheriff Department, and Rory, we're going to be putting on a car show for the K-9, right? You want to talk just a real short bit about that?
Okay. We're going to have a car show on August 16th at Lamprey Park, and proceeds are going to go to the Douglas County K-9 unit.
Good. With that being said, Dan, can you kind of cover the K-9 unit there that you have at your facility? And I'll ask some questions. I'm just going to read them, but what kind of talk to us about what is the K-9 unit and what are the tasks that they do at your law enforcement?
So at the sheriff's office, we have eight canines. They're all Czech shepherds. So they're German shepherds, but they're a breed out of Czechoslovakia. And we get them from several vendors, but the dogs all originate out of Czechoslovakia for the most part, and then come to the United States, and then we buy them from a vendor here in the States. The last couple dogs we've gotten are from a vendor in North Carolina. But when we're looking for a dog, we're looking for the best quality in breeding. We want one that has got a high drive and wants to work, but is also uh, not that can be around people. Okay, that we can, have in a park or a school or something that's not gonna, um, you know, eat you for no reason, kind of thing. And so these Czech Shepherds have kind of been able to fit the bill. All our dogs are dual certified, so they're narcotics detection dogs, so they sniff for drugs, and then they do what we call patrol work, which means we can send them after somebody and they'll bite them or assist with taking somebody into custody. We do have a couple dogs that will track. So if we're looking for somebody that's fled a scene or has run away from like a car stop or that kind of thing, we're able to use the dogs to track. But all our dogs are strictly for law enforcement purposes. We don't have uh, any non law enforcement um, purposes for those dogs. So they're all narcotics. That's primarily what they're used for. And then patrol work. Oh, and they're also, we clear buildings with them. So we can search mostly commercial buildings, but any kind of building, search for somebody that we think may be located inside. Um, so the handlers, it's a pretty rigorous process to become a handler. It's a popular collateral duty. So the handlers are assigned to our patrol division. The dog lives with them and goes home with them. So the dog stays with them at their house. We provide for a kennel and then the food and the care for the dog, which would include all the vet bills and stuff like that. The deputy is paid a stipend, a little extra money because it's you're with the dog 24 hours a day, and then the dog is your responsibility. Um,
I got a
the
question. How do you pick a handler?
So the handler has to show an interest in the canine program. Most of them start out as what we call agitators. So that's the deputy that puts on the sleeve and lets the other dogs bite them.
I
So
want
Al would be a good agitator. He's probably
Don't
the
give them the
natural at
sleeve
that.
though.
that.
And then they apply when a position comes open. There's a testing process, and then the captain that's over the unit and the other handlers choose pick the deputy, and then I kind of have the last say. But if they're good with them, then usually I am too. But what we want is somebody with a high drive that wants to work with the dog. They have to train with them continuously. We do one formal training a week for at least 2 hours or so a week, where the all the handlers come together and train in a formal setting, and then they do a ton on their own, constantly doing training. A lot of the training that they do is just discipline, right? So when we send the dog or take them off leash, we have to be able to control their every movement, right? So if the dog isn't obedient, then that's an issue. And so a lot of the training they do is around obedience. The dogs are very well trained. They're very obedient. And They're a huge asset to the sheriff's office. Probably almost every day we get some amount of narcotics off the streets on car stops and different things. We run them through the schools, mostly the high schools and the middle schools. But yeah, they're a huge asset to the sheriff's office, kind of a force multiplier. We're able to do a lot. They're a big deterrent. You know, people are acting kind of silly, and you break a dog out, and everybody kind of shapes up. Nobody wants to get bit. So
Yeah, I would.
they're a huge part of that, and they're super popular. People love the dogs, right? Most people like animals anyways, so the dogs are very popular. The unique thing about our how we do it here, and this was done long before I was the sheriff, is the K-9 program is funded 100% through donations.
Wow.
So the community supports the program 100%. I don't have a line item budget in my budget for the K-9 program, so it's all done through donations, and that's worked very successfully for us.
And are you doing functions like other than what that we see with the car show, but are you guys doing functions to, to secure some funding or?
We do. They do a golf tournament every year. They do other things similar to like your car show where they'll come down and do a demo and people. And then we just have a lot of private donations, people that donate money to the program.
Yeah.
The Sheriff's Advisory Council, they raise money. Some of the money that they raise goes to the K-9 program and stuff. So we do it a variety of ways, but I'd say at least once a month, maybe more, somebody will just come down to the sheriff's office and hand us a check.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
So
Let's see, what other questions do we
I have
have?
I have a quick question. You say that the handlers, they take the dogs home and everything. So they're pretty much a team 24/7.
They are. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They live with the handlers and their family. The bond is that they create is very close. Most of the dogs when they retire, so the sheriff's office owns the dog, okay? But when the dog retires, we sell the dog to the handler for $1. That makes it official, I guess, as
What
far as
determines when they retire?
it's about 7 to 9 years.
Okay, so they have a certain
Sometimes it
work
can be earlier. It
expectancy?
just depends on the dog. But that's kind of a typical lifespan for these dogs.
And
Um,
do you guys get them when they're pups or?
we do. We get them when they're about a year old.
Wow.
Wow.
So, yep.
Wow. Let's see here. Okay, you told me what happens when they retire. Any misconceptions, with the public about K-9 or anything?
I don't think so. I think if there is any misconception, it's that they don't realize how intelligent these dogs are, how well they smell, their ability to sniff substances. So a lot of people, when they're trafficking with drugs, they try to mask the scent doing a variety of ways, whether it's air fresheners or coffee grounds or other ways. The dog can sniff through that almost 100% of the time. It's almost impossible to hide something from the dog. They can smell that good.
Wow.
And they're easy to train. They're just highly intelligent, and I mean, it's amazing how smart they are. I mean, it really is.
Wow.
So.
I have a question. How do you choose where you get these pups from? How do you know it's the right pups to get and they're going to be able to uphold the standards you need?
So when we purchase the dog, there's an agreement that once we have about 6 months to kind of vet the dog and see if it's going to work, and if not, then we take it back. And we've done that a couple of times. The dog just hasn't measured up, and it's usually because the dog doesn't have the drive that we want, you know. And dogs are just like people, right? Some people are, you know,
Stupid.
real go-getters and some aren't, and so dogs are no different. We vet the breeders, or not the breeders, but the vendors that sell the dogs based on the type of dogs they get, what kind of training program they have, and that. So that's a lot of vetting has gone into process so that we're getting good dogs. And one of the most important things that we're trying to accomplish is their health, right? So we don't want a breed, or not necessarily a breed, but a line of dogs that may have some kind of genetic imperfection that down the road is going to make them unusable. And so
So there's a lot of research that goes into
yeah.
trying. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
And how trained are the dogs when you get them?
There's a little bit of obedience, not a ton, but we pretty much do it all
Okay.
here from scratch. So I have two deputies that are called master trainers. They've gone through some certification to be able to train other deputies to be canine handlers and stuff. And so we actually train dogs for Carson City and their handlers. Story County just got a new dog. The Washoe Tribe got a dog. So we've trained all of those handlers, and then we work closely with the Washoe County Sheriff's Office, who has quite a few dogs, and help them. They help us with the training and stuff.
How long does it take to get them trained before you get them out on the workforce?
It's about 6 months.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of stuff do you guys do for training?
Well, so they have to be proficient in each one of those disciplines. So detection, narcotics detection, and then the patrol work, the bite work and stuff. And to be certified with the drugs stuff, it's they hide drugs and then the dog has to find it. If the dog's unable to do that, then they continue until they're certified or till they can. And then the bite work is the commands to send the dog to bite somebody or to call them off. They've sent, but we don't want them to bite, and we want to be able to call them off. They have to stop and come back, and so those are the requirements to get certified. And somebody else other than a member of the sheriff's office certifies our dogs. So we don't certify our own dogs. We bring somebody from the outside in that's not in our program that certifies our dogs.
So then there's a certification basically going through the disciplines?
It is, yep. And it's a separate certification for narcotics detection, for patrol work, for tracking. So each one of those is a separate certification.
Now you said they for narcotics detection, but don't they also train them for weapons?
We can. We don't have any article dogs that can sniff for firearms. We don't have a bomb detection dog, but you can do that. Those disciplines, from what I've been told, bomb detection that's all those dogs do because it's
Right.
so in depth, right? There's so many parts to making a bomb, that are different and stuff.
Yeah.
And so they have to be able to identify all those types of things. That's usually all those dogs do. Narcotics we do meth, cocaine, opioids, fentanyl, those types of things. So it's not a ton. We don't do marijuana anymore because it's legal. Otherwise, we'd be hitting on cars all the time.
Now
Yeah,
you just
exactly.
push her button.
Right. And then an article is kind of an art all to itself, so like firearms or things like that. The other discipline that we have access to through our search and rescue team are cadaver dogs. So we use them occasionally. Those dogs are amazing. We found located a person that had drowned in Lake Tahoe in over 1,100 feet of water. And the gases coming up from the body, when it hit the surface, the dog was able to detect, and then we
That's amazing.
pretty much right
That
below
is
where the
amazing.
dog hit
Is
on.
that when Eric took that drone down?
Yeah, yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
That in Fallen Leaf?
No, that was in Tahoe.
It was in Tahoe?
Yeah, but
Hey, what
yeah, and that just goes
language
to
are-
how well the dogs can smell. You know what I mean? It's
That's
just
amazing.
yeah.
It's amazing.
Hey, Dan, what language are the commands given in?
They're in Czech.
In Czech?
Yep.
Okay.
So are
Yeah, they sound funny when the guys are saying them, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I know our department, I think they were German or something else. It's so that the other people couldn't confuse the dog with yelling the command out.
Right. Yeah. Yep. So I think that German is a very common language. There's a lot of shepherds that come out of Germany, obviously, but these ones come out of Czechoslovakia, so the commands are all in Czech.
Okay.
Vicky has a question.
so you have 8 dogs. It looks like you're using 8. Are we gonna need to get more?
No, 8 is kind of the sweet spot. It's, that's yeah. And so dogs are expensive. Everything associated with K-9, the price goes up. Okay. So the vehicles are all specially outfitted, the
Oh,
equipment that goes on the dog, it's not a cheap venture. So 8 is about where that seems to work for us. So
okay.
Hmm.
You have so many of them down here in the valley and so many of them up on the hill.
it's just they're spread out through all 3 shifts and they go wherever they're needed. So,
Okay.
and we'll go to other jurisdictions and help them too.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
like South Lake PD, they don't have a K-9, so we go to there and help them occasionally. Lyon County, we've gone there, Story County, Carson. So
Hmm.
we'll go wherever.
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions, guys? I got one more thing, Dan. If since this is recorded and going to be put out to the coalition, there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of people there. Are there any ways that the public or the people that will be listening to this can either interact or make donations?
So there's two ways you can make a donation. You can come down to the sheriff's office and come to sheriff's administration and make a donation anytime. You can also purchase at sheriff's administration a little stuffed animal dog that looks like the current dogs that we have, and it has a little collar with the name on it of the dogs that we're working right now. So if you want something, you can buy one of those. Those are pretty popular. But yeah, so you can make a donation to the sheriff's office directly. You can make it to the Douglas County Sheriff's Office Advisory Council. Just Google them, and they have a way to pay online if you want to do that, or you can mail in a check.
Perfect.
Rory, I think you can talk to Thomas and put something on our website to do that as well.
Sure.
I can forward you the link. Yeah. To
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Dan, if you'll hang with us just for a couple more questions we got for other people, and then we'll stop this recording and say thanks very much and release you.
You bet.
And
Okay.
Dan, besides just the car show, we'll have a donation bottle or box there as well.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You said
Roy,
something.
why don't you kind of continue with the show coming up? How many people we got, that kind of thing. When do we just give us a kind of an update, the group?
Who, Roy or me?
You get in there. You got all the numbers.
All right.
Uh,
Well,
That's
right
fine.
now-
Yeah, Vic.
right now we're sitting at 49, which is
Low.
low, but we're working on it. I think we should talk while we have him on the line, and I know was it the captain? The captain?
Captain Stanley.
Yeah, but we should talk about what time we want to do a demonstration so everybody can come see that during the show. So do you have a preference, and do you want to do the demonstration in the morning or kind of more towards lunchtime? Do you have any idea, Dan? What you think?
Probably the morning is better because it's cooler.
Yeah.
So as it heats up, animals
Sometimes it's so
get hot. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. The show starts. It doesn't start till 10. So
that's fine. Maybe like 11 o'clock or so. You
that
just
would be
tell
good.
us. We'll be able to do whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just make it 11.
I don't know
Okay.
if the rest of you guys have heard, but my kid gave me a text today and said he's got the approval. I don't know if he got it from you, Dan, or not, but due to the colors.
Yes, that's awesome.
So we'll be doing that in the morning. And what time, Jack? What time we doing that, Roy?
At the very beginning of the show, 10 o'clock.
So what time do you
Okay.
want him there? Well, we'll be able to talk to him probably here before then. I told him we would.
Yeah, if he gets there about 9:30, that'd be good.
Okay.
All right. 9:30.
I'll hook him up. Yeah, I'll hook him up with you, Roy, to just wherever
Okay.
you want.
Also, Dan, they're gonna have the SWAT van out there. I've seen it at a few of our shows.
Yeah, we'll bring the Bearcat out and people can look at that and
Awesome.
kids can go in it or
Great.
whatever.
Yeah, cool. That'll be really
Popular.
good. Anything else on the show, Rory or Vic?
Not that I can think of.
Nope, we just got to push some more registrations out, but we're
Yeah.
working on it.
Okay. And this, let's go ahead and move on with the summer salute. Kind of a rough idea on, because I know a lot of people are asking questions. I know Kevin's been talking about it. And, where we're at with the summer salute. I know we still have some t-shirts to pay for. Where we're at with the raffle, that kind of thing.
Now I should have all the t-shirts this week. I talked to them today and they sent me a picture to make sure it was still the right one. We're still waiting for 150 shirts.
Yep.
And then we'll get those mailed out. She's already got the envelopes together. We just need to stuff them and mail them.
Okay. Do we have any idea? I know, Kev, you're hearing it a lot about proceeds.
Yeah, daily.
Well, we can't do proceeds until t-shirts are done.
Yeah.
No, we understand that. I think we want to put something out there to the coalition, let them know that number one, 100% of the proceeds will be going to the vets. Rory, you want to touch on that?
Sure. I've got some rough estimates, not counting the t-shirts and things, but we took in about almost 35,000, and expenditures were about 12.5 so far. I expect another 2,000 or so to be spent on the t-shirts and mailings. I just paid for some plaques for our major donors, so those will be out. But it left us with a balance of about 23,000.
That's not bad for a first time.
So yeah, we'll be distributing probably 20,000, maybe a little bit more than $20,000.
In case, bring Dan up to speed, where the proceeds going to go to?
All the proceeds from that show, we're going to split up through, well, not split evenly 3 ways, but we have 3 specific organizations we're donating it to. First of all is Honor Flight Nevada, who sends our local Northern Nevada veterans to Washington, D.C. To see the monuments and memorials and things there. They've also done special trips a few years back to Pearl Harbor with some Pearl Harbor World War II veterans. So they got a special trip there. The other one is the Veterans Guest House. And in fact, I just talked to them yesterday or day before yesterday, Saturday.
They were right behind us.
Yeah. And thirdly, the Comstock Load Quilters, who every returning flight from Honor Flight, every veteran gets a quilt made especially for them. And we do that at the welcome home ceremony for Honor Flight. And most of you know I'm a volunteer for Honor Flight.
And we do those at our car shows. Even if you want it or not.
Yeah, we do surprises.
I don't know, Alan, do you want to tell Dan about the car? I don't know if he heard about the raffle.
I don't even have a flyer here, do I? Yeah, a veteran over in Carson City called us and said they had a car they wanted to donate. It's a 2009 8 Nissan 350Z with 54,000 miles on it. And he gave it to us and said, do what you got to do. I want all the money to go to Honor Flight Nevada. And he wants absolutely nothing out of it. He's keeping the registration and insurance up on it until we raffle it off September 1st in Reno at
Cal Ranch.
Cal Ranch. Well, I've got a thing about remembering those things.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to be present to win. $10 a ticket, $100 a book. And let's see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice little car. I've driven it. It's a pain getting in and out of that little bastard, but once you're in, it's fun.
Yeah.
But I don't get tickets. So I keep it slow. Of course, Rory and I did do a little foot stomping going out the highway.
Hey.
A couple weeks
You're only
ago.
saying that in front of the sheriff.
But no, we just put our foot in until we hit 65 miles an hour and then we stopped right there.
Yeah, right. It just stops by itself, right?
Yeah. So we need to start promoting that down in Minden a little bit too. So, and all 100% of that money goes to Honor Flight Nevada. So yeah, we're generating some money for places, and hopefully we can do a lot of that for the sheriff's department's K-9 unit.
So yeah, let me touch base on that real quick. The coalition was asked, I think Alan Roy got asked by a club that was in Nevada called the Chevy's Club. and they put on the honor flight. How long they been putting that thing on, you guys?
Well, they did it for like 8 years, and then after Alice died, it kind of went by the wayside. They didn't do it for a couple of years.
So that went kind of south, and so because of the coalition and the size that we are, and we're here to promote clubs. That's what we're here to do. And they came to, I guess, Al, I guess you, and somebody came to you and asked if we could help with the show, upcoming show. They'd like to start it again, right?
Yeah, at first they wanted us to help with the show. And that's when Vicki and I went up there and found out they were a little dysfunctional, and told them when they got their club fixed that to call us back and we would help them. We can't fix their club, but we can help them with their show. And by the time they got it fixed, they called us back and said, what would it be if you guys just took it over? So we had a few meetings and we made a decision to do it. And obviously, if we've taken in $30-some thousand for the first time, that's not too shabby.
Yeah,
Wow.
we had probably close to 500 cars that day.
We had 473 cars.
Oh, good, you got that right.
I did.
Al, why don't you or Vicky better talk about how the K-9 show came about?
But that's your fault.
Yeah, it's Rory's fault.
See, either one of you guys get us in trouble, man.
Well, initially that was the Send a Scout to Camp car show, which Al and I started that with Troop 33 here in the Valley back in 2014. And last year we put on the show, asked 4 of our 4 troops in the area to help us with the show. And nobody responded, or they said no. So Al and I put on the show kind of by ourselves. We had 2 Eagle Scouts who eagled out, 2 adult Eagle Scouts do the colors at least.
Yeah, they came back to help us with colors.
And we made a decision because there was no interest. We're done with the Scout show. So I thought, oh, I'm done with the Scout show. Yay!
And then Rory came to me. Rory says, we can't let that show go by the wayside. He goes, that's a good show. I said, it is a good show, but it's not worth it. He goes, well, let's change the name and do something else. And I told him right then, I said, you got to be the one to tell Vicky, not me. And he did.
That's how the K-9 came about.
Yeah, and then we went down to visit with you, Dan, and you told us about the K-9 unit being all volunteer donations. We said, that's it. That's what we're going to do. And here we are. So.
Good. Yeah, that's how that came about, I guess. Okay, let's move on here. 2 more items and we can let Dan go. I had some conversation with Sam at Cruising News. And I thought, how can we have the Nevada Car Coalition promote other clubs, maybe through his rag that he puts out? And he puts out a lot of distribution there. And so he made a comment to me about, could we promote the clubs that are within our organization and have like Dayton Valley Car Club contact Dennis Lindsay and a little bit about what Dayton Valley Car Club is, or all the other clubs. And Sam said he'd be more than happy. I don't know what the cost is going to be to save a spot in his rag to promote other clubs. So I'm putting it out there for discussion. What do you guys think about that? Now, I don't think it'd be every month. I was thinking maybe once a quarter.
And you're going to do that with all 35 clubs?
Yeah, whoever wants to participate. Now, we'd have to make sure that they want to participate and make sure that we have a good number and a good contact person. But their club would be out there under the Nevada Car Coalition umbrella.
I think it's good publicity, but it all comes back on the expense and who's going to pay the expense.
The cost, because we want to make sure that we have enough money to operate, because we want to give as much of the money that we take in to the charities that we support.
Do you think if we have a decent fee, or maybe it'd even be free? I don't know. The way Sam was looking, he would even provide a free, subscription with the idea he's going to sell more subscriptions to the people that are looking at it.
Yeah,
I would have to think he would work with us, but because I know he's been following us from the beginning. I mean, I'm back to Genoan Classics. He was always at all those events, so he's been around us a long time. So I'm
Well,
sure he would work with us.
Yeah.
Well, one thing he's always looking for is people to write a little column or something, and maybe we could do that. It wouldn't cost anything if we just did it as a column guest writer or something.
And then have under the coalition and have the car
Yeah,
club's names.
Coalition Corner or something.
I would
Maybe
think that
maybe
any
this is
club, I mean,
what's happening. Maybe this is what's happening this upcoming week, or this is what happened previous week in the car club coalition area or whatever. I mean, something that involves all the shows that have been going on and a little bit about it. Is that what you're talking about, Rory?
Something like that. Yeah. Talk about the club, whatever clubs are, just give a little something, but do it as a guest columnist where it doesn't cost anything. We're just writing a little story about a club and what they're doing. But we could do it under the coalition umbrella, call it Nevada Coalition Corner or something.
How about Dennis's corner?
oh gee,
That's
thanks.
even better.
No,
Yeah,
that's not
great.
good.
The
Come on
great
out,
and
guys.
wonderful Oz.
well,
Not what you called me the other night, Grease.
I don't want to be a negative Nilly, but I'm gonna be. When it came to Summer Salute, all of the things that he said he was going to do for us, he really didn't do.
Oh, you talking about Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
he needs a little, I think he just needs a little pushing from time to time.
I don't know.
He puts out a good magazine.
Yeah, but all I know is that he said he was going to do A, B, C, D, and E, and he didn't really live up to that. So I know you're talking to him. Maybe his attitude has changed. I'm just bringing that up. That's all.
Well, I think that probably if we're all in somewhat of an agreement, we would have him on a Zoom and then we'd express our concern at that point and
Okay.
what we want. I think it's a really good thing for the other clubs to see
Yes, I
what
agree.
we're doing under the umbrella of the coalition.
Yeah.
I think that, they would be really happy to see all what we're trying to do for them, depending on what it's going to cost.
Well, and I got some ideas, or at least one idea that might help to generate some money for the club. I'll have to think about it a little bit more
Then why are you talking now?
because I like to talk.
Well, yes, you do. All right. Well, then another thing was brought up, and then I'll follow up with Sam on that, and we'll see if we can get him on a call. And then maybe Rory, you answered this one, number 5 here. Discussion to incorporate a monthly tech session with our Zoom call. And then Kevin, I mentioned something to you the other night about that. You have something going on already about that with your club, or no?
We have a core page. It's a text page. So we're all our core members are on it, and if there's any kind of issues that comes up or any thoughts or ideas, we just throw them out there and we all see it and we respond to it. We also just incorporated on our club page a chat page, but that includes our whole club. So we're starting to do some extra things to get everyone's feedback.
So I don't know, what do you guys feel about something along those lines? But again, Rory, maybe if we get clubs involved with writing a little something for the Cruise and News, that would cover that whole thing too. I don't know what you're feeling, Rory.
Yeah, I think whatever we do is a plus. They said
Yeah.
there's no such thing as bad publicity.
So the thing that we're talking about, Dennis, when you're asking me about our actually it's called our core page. It's just for mostly for communication amongst our main people in our club. And then yesterday, we opened it up where we have a separate page for our whole club to see. So it's just not. So I have one only for our core members, and then we have one for the club to interact. So, but it's not like going on the coalition and saying, asking questions. It's something that's in a chat page where somebody can react to it. So,
All right.
Oh, like a
Oh.
farm.
Yeah.
But is he doing that?
What's that, Al?
No, no, I'm talking to Vic.
Isn't
She's
it?
chewing on my ass over here.
Is that in, where are you doing?
Where are you
this
going to do
chat-
this chat room?
Where are you doing this chat room in? What format?
The chat room that we did, that my special event setup is right on the NNC page. When you open up the NNC page, it's right on the top of the page. It says if you want to be a part of this chat page, you can go into it, and then you can say anything that you want to talk about, and then other people from the club can respond.
I got it.
So we would do that on our website.
We would do that on our website.
Our website.
They didn't
Well,
see.
it's not on the web page; it's on the Facebook page.
We can
Oh,
do
you
it
do
on
it
our
on
web
Facebook.
on our Facebook page too.
We can do it on our, well, yeah. Yeah, Thomas
Okay.
put all that together.
Yeah, Thomas. Boy, that kid's great.
Yeah.
But as far as what Dennis is talking about is the core conversation is pretty basic. All you do is it's just you're just talking. It's like texting, and
Yeah.
you just put the whole core on it, and then whenever somebody brings something up, everyone can see it within our board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and stop this recording here. Dan, thank you so much. We'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks. Make sure you give my son a bunch of hell whenever you can. Okay?
No, hey, thanks for doing this for us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you so much for covering the K-9, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
All right.
And I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording, then we'll continue on, guys.
Thanks, Dan.
Bye,
Thanks,
Dan.
All right, guys.
See you,
Thank you
Dan.
so much.